how does one go about locating that weakest link in themselves?
Well, the way self-inquiry works, I said at the beginning, you see, we have to become ghost hunters in the inner world. So the way self-inquiry works, Ramana himself, he taught self-inquiry, but this is what I call the great self-inquiry. So I also teach, most people need what I call the small self-inquiry first. So small self-inquiry is tracing back some symptoms of mind. And as I said, here the most important thing to understand is that this child is a very strongly emotionalized inner being. So therefore, we have to with our attention, get very near to this emotion, the core of the emotion. See, the core of the emotion is actually where we can find something true. What we call emotions is not just a feeling, it's a concept feeling, it's a conceptual feeling, it's made up by the mind. You see, there is a story around it. It's a feeling embedded in some kind of sometimes self-righteous or vulnerable story in which I'm a victim. It's a story around the feeling. But this is not the feeling. You see, when you get to the true core of it, stripping off the whole story, just going into the core of the feeling, this is the key. This is the key, you see. It's also the key concerning these three movements I mentioned before, the movement of fear, anger, and unfulfilled love. The secret is that we can find the essence in the middle of it. So on the one hand side, you see, given the other example of fear, people are driven by fear. They have all kinds of reactions to fear, and they have a lot of fearful thoughts. But this is not fear, you see. We have to find the core, the essence, by getting away from all these conceptual stories that the mind is telling around it, diving into the core of it, and then being still and not doing anything. You don't have to solve it. You don't have to get rid of it. You don't have to do anything about it. You see, there is nothing you have to do. This is, again, what I said about the negative path. There is nothing to do. When you are at the core, it's as if a lock, a fixated lock that has been blocking evolution. The key is turned around, but you're not doing it. It's happening by itself, okay? It's all happening by itself. The key is turned around, the lock is opening, the door is opening, the energy is flowing, and the fixation is over. Find the traces of emotions, and then follow these traces, and have the courage. It needs courage to get very, very near to emotions and then get into the core of it. Because, of course, it gets intense, you see. And we are not used. Our habit, the habit of mind is to resist intensity or which could be another thing to dramatize it and find artificial ways of false intensive moments, which is just the same, the flip side of it. But in the middle, find the core, allow this emotional energy to arise in consciousness, be completely still in the middle of the seeming storm, and everything is going to happen by itself. This is the secret.